I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. Today's presentation is titled Anger Management 5 Healthy Ways That You Can Deal with It in the Short and Long Term. As you probably know, anger is a strong emotion. In some cases, it can become a full body sensation, which isn't particularly good. You might say that the wrong thing or do something that you regret. Generally, anger is never the answer, and usually it's hiding something even deeper. Many people agree that beneath the anger is hurt. We rarely get angry just because. Typically, it's because we feel slighted or betrayed in some way. And unfortunately, this is life. This will happen. So, how can you control your reaction to it? This is where your power lies. So, in this presentation, we're going to explore how you can uncover where your anger is coming from and what anger management strategies that you can use. So, let's take a look. Are there healthy or unhealthy ways to express anger? Yes, anger is expressed in multiple ways. Yet, this doesn't mean that all anger expressions are good or healthy. For instance, becoming passive aggressive or aggressive or generally suppressing your anger entirely is unhealthy. Typically, these circumstances result in miscommunications and outbursts that don't serve you or others that you care about. On the flip side, the anger doesn't have to be unhealthy. In fact, going about it the right way can open up discussion for understanding and avoid future problems. For instance, expressing healthy anger might involve expressing your frustration without blaming others or using aggressive tactics, addressing sensitive topics without insisting that you're right all the time, listening to the other options and trying to understand rather than becoming angry, accepting responsibility for what mistakes and role in the matter that you have. We'll dive into this in more detail, but first, let's examine why you might get so angry in the first place. Why do I get so angry over little things? Anger issues can arise from things that run much deeper than the surface level. Sure, you might be super angry your spouse didn't do the dishes, but is that really the broader issue? Is there more? Anger issues may arise from feeling undervalued, feeling a lack of confidence or self worth, an accumulation of other small things that you haven't addressed or suppressed. Mental health disorders, such as depression or bipolar disorder, neurodevelopment disorders. At the same time, anger is 110% allowed. It's okay to feel frustrated and angry, yet it's not okay to lash out or become irrational because of it. So, whether you need help in terms of a long term or below, we explore 5 different anger management strategies. So, how to release anger Anger is tricky, especially because it's easy to get caught up in our emotions and think that our emotions are fact. However, the truth is that our emotions are real, but it doesn't mean they are always appropriate. At the same time, suppressing our emotions can lead to even worse outcomes. So, what can you do? And here are some ideas. Find a way to calm yourself down. This may come down to a personal preference. However, deep breathing is one of that works most for most people. Take a deep inhale and count to 4. Then pause for 4. Exhale for another count of 4. And do this 5 to 10 times. You should feel yourself coming down and slowly coming back down to earth. This type of breathing activates the vagus nerve, which signals to your body to relax. In turn, it can calm that anger activation pathway, helping you attack the problem from a more logical standpoint. Ultimately, other relaxation techniques include gratitude, meditation, progressive relaxation, and more. When calm, express your concerns to the other person. Blowing up and yelling at someone will never get you what and the response that you want. In most situations, there are also usually a full few perspectives, and yours is just one of many. Thus, the most important part before addressing your concern is to calm down. Once you feel collected, gather your thoughts and write down your concerns. Write down the reasons that you might feel this way. Make sure that you have taken the responsibility for any part that you played and avoid blaming others. Then express yourself to the other person by presenting your ideas and thoughts. Again, no blame game here. Exercise it out. When we don't move our bodies enough, stress can accumulate. In turn, this can lead us to being easily angered and also left wondering why. If you aren't sure where your anger is coming from, try exercising it out. Do a few push ups, go for a run, then see how you feel. Draw it out. Instead of throwing, name calling, or other inappropriate forms of communication in the mix, try adding a little humor into the conversation. While you might feel angry and not up to it, drawing out whatever the situation is or what you think of the other person can help you feel better and make the whole situation much more lighthearted. But make sure that you don't draw and give the person you're drawing. This is for your eyes only. Taking the edge off can help you put your logical thinking cap on and potentially come up with solutions as opposed to turning to outbursts. Take a break, can call a timeout. Nothing productive ever comes from anger, if you feel heated in the moment, take a step back. Go and collect yourself. Sometimes we just need a little pause in between ourselves and the situation to gain perspective and let go of any ego tugging ideas. These moments of quiet can help you tackle the situation in a controlled and calm state. Seek out help if you need it for anger management. Anger management can be tough alone, especially if you've been struggling for some time. Sometimes anger issues are best to deal with alongside a pro who can offer specific strategies for your set situation, as well as help you uncover any underlying issues resulting in anger in your life. Find a way to free yourself from the chains of anger. When you do, you can step forward into a brighter and happier future. And here's another thing to think about, that in today's workplace, what's going on is that we don't always sit down with the boss, or we don't understand how the way we communicate affects the relationship we have, and it can create anger. So there's many situations and many ways that you have to take time out and deal with it in order to get past it and build strong relationships.